What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Shout out to my brother Chris Legg, man. Shout out to my brother Chris Legg because he brought something to my attention that I didn't even think about, and most people are not thinking about. And that's this. That's this. What if YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul, who has the backing of his own company, MVP Promotions, and the backing of Netflix behind him? And we know Netflix loves to put on big fights. Jake Paul is most known for his fights and putting on women fights. But just what if Jake Paul, who has the means to do it, what if Jake Paul bids on this fight? Devin Haney versus Keyshawn Davis. Now, the official announcement for who wins the purse bid will come on Monday. But this would be absolutely huge for Jake Paul and MVP Promotions and Netflix. And he can use that card for, let's say, he wants to put on Alicia Baumgartner versus Amanda Serrano. That could be the co-main event to Devin versus Keyshawn. Jake Paul has the resources to put on such a card with the backing of Netflix. This would solidify MVP Promotions and Jake Paul. This would solidify it. This fight is huge. And he can do whatever he wants with the undercard. Right? And Netflix would get behind this. Because again, like I said, Jake Paul can put on undercard fights that make sense. It makes more sense for Jake Paul and MVP Promotions to bid on this fight and win it than anybody else. The importance of it is more important for his company to solidify his company and make them truly, truly legit. Now, they are legit, but they're more legit in women's boxing. If he secures this fight and put it on Netflix, it benefits Devin Haney, it benefits Keyshawn, and it benefits Jake Paul. The amount of eyes that will watch it, that he's involved in the way he promotes things, he makes it entertainment, right? So the way he could promote this with his entertainment style, and he has, it brings so many eyes to the female boxing, women's boxing, because if he put on Amanda Serrano versus Alicia Baumgartner as a co-main event to Devin versus Keyshawn, that's huge. He himself could fight on the card. But guess what? His options will be limitless to the amount of fighters that will want to get on that undercard. Because the exposure, it would be huge. It would be enormous. Does it mean so much to Top Rank to put Devin versus Keyshawn? No. Top Rank don't even believe that Keyshawn's going to win the fight, to be truthful. They look at this fight the same way they look at Xander Zayas versus Jaron Ennis. I'm being 1,000% truthful with y'all. They don't fully back Keyshawn to beat Devin Haney. And Keyshawn has one fight left with Top Rank. Does it make sense for Eddie Hearn and Matchroom? Yeah. But what does he get out of it long term? Nothing. Does it make sense for His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, Dana White, and Zuffa Boxing? 1,000%. But they have such a budget with Paramount, and they have a long-term plan, and Devin Haney's going to sign with Zuffa Boxing anyway. It really doesn't make or break them. But in the case of Jake Paul, it does. PBC, we know, can't bid on it. They don't have no. They don't, well, now they have a budget because of the zone, but it don't make sense for PBC to bid on it. What do they? How do they benefit? They don't. Long term, it doesn't benefit them. Short term money. But for Jake Paul, it makes a lot of sense. It just puts him in the proper limelight that people will respect his company even more as legit. And again, like I said, he could fill the undercard. And he has the resources and the money to bid on it and outbid everybody. Because people going to bid what they believe is worth it. He can bid what he can bid outside the realms of worth, of value, right? For exposure and marketing. What y'all think about it? I think it would be great for everybody involved because the amount of attention that Netflix, the reach and the audience that Netflix has, the way they do their fights and promote their fights with technology and so on and so forth, Jake Paul name attached to, I love it. I love it. Let me know what y'all think, man. Shout out to Chris Legg, man. He dropped that on me. I wasn't even thinking about that. Shout out to Chris Legg. Let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.